So all of the values are important, but for me, leadership is the one that really resonates. And I think that's because it's about who we are as an organization of leaders at all levels, regardless of position or title. So as a former court administrator of 20 plus years in the family and juvenile courts in Pennsylvania, I joined this organization early in my career because I wanted to be a better leader. It also provided benefits to the court, but what I learned about leadership along the way was it's not so much about a leadership style, it's about whether you lead with your values. And I think this organization is a place that leads with its values and values the leaders that are out there doing the hard work every day, making difficult decisions to do better for families and kids.
Compassion sticks out to me the most. Not only is it the first, but I think it's the most important. The families that come into contact with the courts that we're serving are really just going through a really hard, turbulent time in their lives. And by not showing them compassion, we do them a disservice as service providers. So it's really important to see a family as a whole family and so be there to help instead of to admonish.
I'd say education, and it's because in order to make any kind of change, you need to be educated. So the work that NCJ/FCJ is doing every day in courts, family courts, is providing this education to judges and judicial officers, and I feel like that is what's really going to make the change that we're looking for.
So I think the value that hits me the most is community. Community is kind of that sense of community is what brought me towards law enforcement in the first place. And so after 25 years in law enforcement as a juvenile probation officer, I was very lucky that the council was right here in Reno in my backyard. And so now I can take that sense of community and share that out across the country.
I would say compassion resonates the most with me. And that is because I feel like in order to do any of this work, in order to change the lives of families and children, you have to have compassion. And with compassion comes remembering that at any point, either you or someone you're close to could be going through the same things that these families and children we serve in court do. So without compassion, we can't move the work forward, and you can't see people as people.
As an organization that relies on research to improve the outcomes for children and families who come into contact with the justice system, the value that resonates most with me is education. And that really boils down to translating what we learned through research into actionable practices that can make a difference for system-involved children and families.
I think community is the most important value to me, coming from a county court where it's so important to have that community around you and to use it to your advantage. Joining the NCJ/FCJ, I was nervous that wasn't something that we could use as much, but knowing that it's one of our values really helps me to appreciate the work that we do, and knowing that outreach can expand to counties and the people that we serve.
I would say education. I have always valued education more than most things in life, other than family. So coming to NCJJ and NCJ/FCJ, our value of education and giving people information that they can use to improve the lives of children and families by making their work more meaningful, useful, impactful was something that I really resonated with.
The NCJ/FCJ values that resonates most with me is community. Community is what tethers us together, not only in our line of work as a nonprofit, but us in our everyday life. And also being able to have the opportunity to engage with other professionals in the family and juvenile justice system that are fiercely advocating for those involved with juvenile, family, and domestic violence cases to improve the lives of families seeking that justice is powerful. The opportunity to do impactful, vital work nationally gives me great pride, especially when we can bring it back locally to the place that I love and live. So community means to me, it's being the change you want to see. And that is what NCJ/FCJ continues to do and has strived to do for 87 years.